Last year, I read a book called The Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami, which is basically a fiction novel about a man who quits his job and loses his cat. And on searching for his cat, it kind of spirals him into this crazy world where his subconscious is explored. He starts dreaming like very strange dreams. He meets many strange people. His wife leaves him, and somehow by the end, it's a crazy story. I mean, it's one of the best I've read and the most I could relate to. Because during the time I picked it up, I was in the I was experiencing these super strange things. I feel very strange dreams, like as if I was like dreaming a fantasy novel. There was one day I would dream one dream, and then a week later, I would just dream the sequel to that, or even a prequel to that dream, where in the same world with the same people and the same plot. Um, but other than dreams, there was also this weird sort of connection I had with my subconscious, where I had many strange coincidences, maybe people that things that would happen to me that have never happened before. Um, Maybe because usually I don't go outside too much, or like to stay in my own head, but yeah, it was such a drastic change of pace which I never seeked out personally, and I never called out for it. Just sort of happened to me, and it was so sudden that I that's why I picked up the book, and the book was, I don't think it explained a lot of things, but I connected to it a lot. Um, yeah, it was such a weird time of my life. Subconscious dreams, coincidences, all of these weird things tied to our subconscious. I was also reading a lot of Calvin and Hobbes then, and in Calvin and Hobbes, you always have at least some strip depicting the two under a tree, like in an autumn or a spring morning, and they're either reading a comic book or they're just laying down or sleeping. Um, and it for some reason it gives off a very strange animonial or nostalgic feeling. And even in this recent analog trend I've seen in social media going around, like this desire to, I guess, be vintage or return to like the 1990s, like a life when we're which our dads or moms have lived. Yeah, it's such a weird longing, like you want to go to the past. Um, yeah, I've been feeling it for the past year lately, especially this tree sort of thing, like where someone or someone or something is just chilling under a tree, and it just gives this weird sort of unique tone to it that is strangely desirable for some reason. Um, I was also playing a game during that time called Sikoden. And Sikoden, in the north, there's a village called Kirao Town, which is the main character's homeland or hometown. And if you go up this hill, there's also a tree there. And this tree overlooks, it's a single tree, the biggest of the town, and it overlooks um, like a valley. It's on the cliffside, and the cliffside overlooks a valley. And then when you look at also other types of animes, Attack on Titan, Your Name, and you especially look at the setting, because the artwork is just so good. You just get again that strange sense of longing. You want to be there. It feels like you've been there and you've experienced this thing before, and you kind of get these ramblings, these thoughts, and sometimes like a whole image in your head about like a different world that you've never experienced before. Um, Whenever I'm on YouTube now and I'm studying or reading or just chilling, I usually always have like one of those YouTube videos depicting, like hour-long YouTube videos with an artwork and then a corresponding music to it. It's just, again, it's just, you want to be there for some reason. I don't understand why, but it just feels amazing. And I remember that year ago when, yeah, it was just so strange. I would just look out a window while I was biking to work, to my supermarket. I would just look at the sky or a home or some people or like a highway, and then immediately I would get like this image in my head, this strong sensation of longing. Yeah, and then like I would just get images of like seemingly uncorrelated things, like a Christmas village or a snowy village, like a vision of a town square in my mind when I was just looking at, like, let's say a cloud or like a lamppost in the middle of the street, something as random as that. It was so unexplainable. I also was playing Stardew, which has a lot of that Calvin and Hobbes aesthetic, the 90s, with the suburban homes, the farm, and then the setting with the lake and the mountain and the beach. And Stardew also has, and I mean many works of fiction have this too, where they depict this ideal ideal world of nature, right? Like spring, we know spring as like flowers or cherry blossoms or yeah, just colorful trees and a bright sun, no clouds, maybe some clouds in the sky, but a very bright sun. Summer is like, you know, people playing in tall grass fields, or yeah, you could just connect the experiences to seasons. Now, fall can be, just chilling under a tree with with a pile of leaves on your side. Winter is just that homey feeling with fireplaces, snow, or you're chilling by, you're on an armchair, you're listening to like jazz by the window or something. Yeah, just very romanticized things. And I've always wondered just what made us feel these things. What makes something so Christmassy, or what makes something so spring like, summer like? I feel like we can all connect that sort of longing to a season, maybe. Uh, it's just so strange. It's so strange, but it's so good and so unique. Uh, yeah, and to sort of, well, because these thoughts were kind of overwhelming me at the time, I would sort of manifest them into my own stories. I mean, I would make a whole character who experienced these things, where he would just look at something and he'll be so inspired and awed by it. He would see an image in his head related to, or maybe not related to that, and he would just manifest it into like a lantern. And you know how the lantern has glass on all sides. He would manifest it so he sees that image in a lantern, and he could forever just look at its appeal from that standpoint. Yeah, I would relate to it because, during my work, I would look and an image would pop up in my head, or some idea, and I'll be so in awe by it that I felt like I couldn't lose it, and if I lost it, it would be the end of the world. So immediately I had trouble between, well, do I continue this work and just be a good worker and just do it, or do I risk, well, losing my job and getting caught by my manager or something while I was stocking shelves, and then I was writing rapidly on my phone trying to capture this moment. Yeah, it was so strange, but I'm glad. I'm very glad. Now I have just notes and notes of story ideas, some stories, but not a lot, character ideas, um, yeah, just descriptions of places that I've seen, even dreaming, I've tried to practice memorizing my dreams and writing them down, which always is super interesting because of how correlated they are and how sometimes how random they can be. I mean, all this is to say that, man, the subconscious is absurd and kind of crazy, but I feel like it also tackles into our inner childs in some way, that never leaves us, and maybe that's sort of why it exists. Yeah, I don't know how to make of it. It definitely tells us other things too. I haven't read. I mean, I've heard a lot about Carl Jung and Sigmund Freud and their sort of exploration on dreams and the subconscious. But yeah, I definitely have to start reading them because all I've read about is the Wind Up Bird Chronicle, which if you guys haven't read, you definitely should because yeah, it's pretty amazing. But yeah, thank you guys for my listening to my little rambling because I had to get that out of my head because maybe someone else, maybe you guys can relate to this and maybe I'm not just crazy and just seeing all these weird things going on in the world. But yeah, it's very fascinating. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next.